CRFI is that moment when it's time to eat delicious cake and it's interrupted.
Hello, my name is Sandy and welcome to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Before you click off this video or write a comment or anything like that, please watch my video all the way through and decide what you think about this video then, please. My video is in no way, shape, or form meant to be an attack on anyone or any group. I am just here explaining my opinions and that is it. Also, I would like to note that I have no power whatsoever to tell you what you should or should not do. So please take my advice with a grain of salt, or don't. So recently I went on a YouTube rabbit hole, from literally videos about weight loss to videos about body positivity to videos about the fat acceptance movement. There was one video in particular that really caught my eye, and it was titled "My 315-Pound Life Plus Why the Fat Acceptance Movement Kinda Sucks." This video, I have to admit, had a very compelling title and thumbnail, so I automatically clicked on it. So I found out a lot and learned a lot. So Megan talked about her experience being in the fat acceptance movement. She talked about how she both benefited and was hindered by the fat acceptance movement. The fat acceptance movement gave her confidence and role models to look up to. But on the other hand, it also gave her a bad outlook on life. Thoughts such as that people disliked her for only being fat, and things such as that people commenting on her weight or on how much she was eating was fat phobic. Now, before I continue, here's a brief history on the fat acceptance movement. This movement was split up into 3 waves, according to Wikipedia. It started in 1967 with protests against anti-fat bias. And around this time in 1969, NAFA was created by Bill Fabry. So in one of the articles that I found, Fabry explained how people shouldn't be forced to lose weight rapidly. And I agree. If you lose weight rapidly, you have more chances of gain back that weight. He looks at it in a way where it is more about appearance rather than health. In the 80s and 90s was the second wave, and more recently, in the 2000s, was the third wave. Overall, there have been similar, consistent themes. Themes such as weight at all sizes and inclusivity and anti-fat bias. When analyzing something, I always find benefit in looking at the good and bad of something. One of the first things that pops into my head is giving people confidence and also uplifting people, is that it has paved a way for people of larger sizes to enter modeling, to enter film. The fat acceptance movement overall has opened doors for many people. They have fought for inclusivity, and they have brought forth industries that provide more clothing options for people who are fat. They have brought forth and addressed issues regarding anti-fat bias within the medical practice. I'm running out of sunlight, but it's okay. So close. Anyways, health at all sizes is not true. It provides their audience with this unrealistic expectations that they're not going to receive any complications when they're obese. And I feel like that is very unfair to their audience, to whom they are influencing. Also, I would like to say that something I would like to point out about these influencers is that your body is not the same as who you're influencing's body. Yeah, everybody's body is different, so everybody's body is going to be able to sustain different things differently. Saying health at all sizes removes the efforts done of being aware of what you consume. As an influencer, your responsibility is to be transparent with your audience. If you think about it, if anyone eats unhealthy, no matter their metabolism, they will be unhealthy. If we eat portions for our body that are more than or less than what our body can handle, eventually it will get to a point where our body will begin to tell us that something is wrong. Again, I'm not trying to put anyone down, but strictly talking about fat acceptance influencers who preach in a way that is conformist and that give false information.
That's another thing that is preached a lot in the fat acceptance movement, is that your doctor's weighing you. I've actually seen this. Your doctor's weighing you at your appointment is fat phobic, which I think is the biggest crock of bullshit ever. If you are at a certain weight at a certain age, they have to start screening you for if you need a certain medication. And I know this because I was on that medication.
There's also this idea that dieting or losing weight or limiting yourself is bad because you are fulfilling society's expectations and conforming.
CRFI is that moment when it's time to eat delicious cake and it's interrupted by a moralizing impulse.
I feel like these people really need to think about how is that going to affect your audience? How is binge eating actually a benefit to them? Because what someone else may be saying to them may, whoever says something to you can either be a hate or could actually be out of concern. And those things need to be put into consideration. Everyone should be allowed to improve themselves. Improving yourself is a good thing. I do it at times when I notice that I'm not eating foods that are good for me. For me, my addiction is any sweets. I sometimes minimize my consumption or overall cut it out of my life for a while when it gets too much. Too much of something can be harmful for anyone. That's why I find it wrong that some influencers have chosen to encourage binge eating and discourage limiting your consumption in a way that it demonizes that action. Being aware of what you are consuming is good and shouldn't be looked down upon. Now, do some people take this to another level where it can be harmful? Yes. Maybe I'll do a video on this topic as well. Overall, the point is that balance is key. There is this wonderful book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. And basically this book talks about how in life, to be effective, we must have balance. And this also applies to eating. If we do not have balance within our eating, there is going to be complications. If we eat too little or if we eat too much, there is going to be issues. So that is worth considering. And exercise or trying to eat less or anything like that within this community needs to be seen as less of conforming into society's expectation and more about it being a choice. No one should be criticized for wanting to lose weight, but I do want to make it clear that losing weight isn't always the best option. Losing weight rapidly or in terms of skipping meals can result in issues. For many who have been in the fat acceptance movement and then chose to lose weight, well, they have been criticized. What the people criticizing need to realize is that your lifestyle is not always going to be the best option for someone else. There also needs to be an understanding that losing weight is in many cases done for health reasons. In the following clip, Anna explains her experience with the fat acceptance community. I also want to make it clear that she does not believe that being fat is wrong. She explains how the association of being fat as part of their identity may make them sensitive to anything that shows any sign of potential of being against being fat. Anna recently made the decision to lose weight due to health reasons and received backlash from the community.
It can be hard when people make the choice to abandon that identity or abandon that lifestyle. It can feel like a personal attack. And what has happened is any plus size person who's ever lost weight in this space has been viciously attacked by this community. And it's been hard to watch. I've seen it happen to other people. So before it even happened to me, I knew it was gonna happen, and I have seen it happen. And honestly, the people that they attacked previously were like way cooler and way more influential than me. So I figured I wouldn't get it as bad, but I know that this is just the beginning, and I know me saying this and coming out and like giving you the real tea on the community is going to like mean that they're gonna really come for me, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm prepared to take it.
Overall, I believe the fat acceptance influencers should be more transparent because influence has a lot of power. Anyways, I know you were just waiting patiently to click that subscribe button and click that like button, and I mean, you know what? now's the time. That's gonna help me a lot. Yep. Also, if you don't ever want to miss out on my content, my very high quality content, please click that notification bell. So if you have any opinions on this, please write that down in the comments. I am very nosy and will check every single one of them. So please write a comment. Please. I can't believe this happened. The sun might end up going down at any point. I didn't hit record. It's all good.